Hello! Today, with the help of my brother, we are going to show you how to make the Frisbee game called Can Jam. Now this is one of our favorite games, but if you go to a store, it costs about $40. You could always make it with some trash cans, but it's not as good that way. So we're going to show you how to make it a better way for half the price. The first thing you will need for this is a material for the cans. We chose to use a Polywall utility panel that we found at Menards for about $20. It's super flexible and worked perfectly for this. Next, we chose to use bolts to hold the cans together because it's much easier to take apart for travel. We chose to use 1/4 inch hex bolts and hex nuts, and we also used washers to hold it better, but that's not necessary if you don't want to. Now on to the first step. What you're going to want to do first is decide the size of your can. The actual diameter of Can Jam is 16 inches, but we chose to make it slightly bigger, so we found the circumference, including 8 inches of extra for the overlapping part of the can, which was 64 inches, then traced that with a Sharpie. We used a utility knife to cut it, then put the extra piece off to the side because it is not needed anymore. Next is to choose your height. The actual height of Can Jam is 20 inches, but because the panel is 4 feet wide, we chose to cut it in half and make the height 24 inches each. We traced it with a Sharpie once again and then cut it using the same utility knife as before. Now here are the pieces you're left with. We used a few pieces of duct tape to hold together the 8 inches of overlap so then we could map out the holes for where we wanted to drill. After we mapped out the holes, we used a power drill to drill 1/4 inch holes in 4 places on each can. Alright, next is to make the slot. You can really make it whatever size you want, but we chose to make it 4 inches down from the top of the can and 14 inches wide. We used a tape measure again to measure that out, and then freehanded the hole because it is rounded on the edges. After measuring and tracing, we used the same knife to cut it out. Alright, here's what the finished cans look like. The awesome thing about making this yourself is you can really choose to make it whatever dimensions you want. Alright, all that's left to do is roll it up, then screw in the bolts, and you're finished. Thanks for watching. I hope this tutorial helped and you enjoy your new game. Oh shoot, I forgot what I was gonna say!